Hello friends, James Stevenson back with part 9 in my Tesla earnings forecast video review series. I'm joined by my co-host, Loki, who was just yawning in bed a second ago and is now licking his chops. He ate his breakfast this morning off camera, so you didn't get to see him eat breakfast. But I'm going to share my desktop and go right to the next chart in my earnings forecast thread that I tweeted out. With my latest, what's this one showing? It's Tesla's next 12 months non-GAAP EPS, unadjusted, and post 3-for-1 split, it says in the title. Maybe I need to get rid of that post 3-for-1 split comment now that enough time has passed since that happened last year. So on this chart, the small markers, the small circle indicators, are showing you actuals, and the large circles are showing my forecast for the future. Now, you may be looking at this x-axis and saying, James, 2022 is not the future. That's last year. That's the past. Well, it's the next 12 months non-GAAP EPS. So what were the next 12 months that followed Q1 2022? Well, it was Q2, Q3, Q4, and Q1 of 2023, which hasn't been reported yet. So we've got a pretty good feel for about where this number is going to come in. It's going to be about $4 probably, because 3 out of those 4 quarters have happened already. But as we project farther and farther out into the future, there's less certainty on how much these earnings are going to be. So I'm forecasting a little bit of a pullback here from Q4 to Q1. What's going on here? Why is this 408 dropping to 401? How come we're losing 7 cents? Well, it's because I'm projecting Q1 2023 EPS 7 cents lower than the prior year Q1 of 2022. I know it's confusing to look at the axis and then to hear me talk about it. But what I'll do is I'll skip ahead to my detailed model and show you the section of my model that gives you an everything per share breakdown. So these are Tesla's revenues. They come from 3 divisions: automotive, energy, and all other. So in Q4 of 2022, those numbers were $6.14, 38 cents, and 49 cents. So these are getting better from Q4 to Q1. 6.14 to 6.68, 38 cents to 51 cents, 49 cents to 57 cents. But what's going on here? Well, these costs of sales per share are increasing by more, right? So that number is up 78 cents. That's way more than this increase. Then here, that's increasing by 8 cents. So a little bit of improvement there from energy. And then from all other, that's increasing by 8 cents. So really no gross margin improvement there. What's happening on the cost side? Well, for research and development, that's going up by a penny. And then for the SG&A and all other, I've got that coming down by 2 cents, but only because I'm expecting less benefit from the deferred tax asset. So Tesla did actually take some deferred tax asset benefit. It was less than I thought they would, but it was 21 cents. So if you take the non-GAAP EPS and you subtract that 21 cents, the adjusted non-GAAP EPS would have been 99 cents. Now, I didn't see any of the analysts pick up on this happening. It wasn't called out in the investor letter that this occurred. You had to read the 10K to find it. But it was in there, and I'm projecting more of that to happen in 2023. 8 cents in Q1, 14 cents in Q2, 14 cents in Q3 is my projection for what's going to happen. So the adjusted non-GAAP EPS should grow like this. So Q1 looking to be a pretty rough quarter for costs. On the automotive side, especially with Shanghai shut down for a while in Q1. I'm not expecting that to happen later on in the year, so more production from Shanghai means more sales of cars produced at Shanghai costs per vehicle, which is going to help out gross margins in the future quarters, but not in Q1. So that's what's going on with this chart. Now, one of the pieces of feedback that I've received on this chart is, hey, this is generally escalating as time goes by because you're using a linear scale where every increment is just $1. And it gets easier the higher you go to grow by larger amounts, which makes this vertical climb look more impressive than it really is. And the right way to view this is on a log scale. So I made one of those too. Here it is, chart 17. This is on a base 2 log scale, so you can see what's going on here. I've got 25 cents here, then 50 cents, then $1. So doubling from here to here, doubling from here to here, doubling from here to here, $1 to $2 to $4 to $8. So what you see here is more of how this looks on a logarithmic scale for the y-axis, with with no growth at all from Q4 to Q1. So expect Q1 to be a pretty tough quarter for Tesla. I don't know if this is exactly right, but it's somewhere in the ballpark, I think, followed by more improvement back towards this kind of growth that we've seen from Q2 of 2019 through the beginning of 2021. More at that scale of EPS growth than what we've been seeing over the last year or so. And I said 2019 here. These are actually what happened during 2020 because it's the next 12 months. I confuse even myself with my x-axis labels on this chart. But let me head back over here one more time and just show you. I'm expecting non-GAAP EPS of $1.01 here. That's 6 cents worse than the $1.07 that Tesla reported in Q1 of 2022. That's the reason for the decline in the 12 trailing months to $4.01 from what was actually reported in the 4 most recent quarters, $4.08. But you see that improving. So in Q2 up to $4.96 because this $1.70 is $1 better almost than this 76 cents that happened in the prior year. So you're dropping this worst EPS number we've seen from Q2 of 2022 when Shanghai was shut down for 4 weeks and then running at limited capacity for another 4 weeks. That was the worst quarter of the year and should have been for that reason. So Tesla ought to be able to do a lot better in Q2 of 2023. Then rising to $6, 12 trailing months Q3 2023, and up to the $7.50 you saw on the chart for the full year 2023. That's my expectation, $7.50 non-GAAP EPS in 2023. And then let me see if I can just drop that here. Yeah, that works. So adjusted non-GAAP EPS in 2023 of $7.14 if you throw out the deferred tax asset benefits from prior year's losses being rolled over to reduce the amount of U.S. federal corporate income tax Tesla needs to pay. Tesla's been paying at a pretty low rate, and I expect that to continue through 2023 at least. And then in future years to still be benefited by the Inflation Reduction Act's green energy benefits that Tesla can claim off their tax expense. So that is my video. We'll check back in with Loki. He is curled up and resting. And I'll outro and say if you've enjoyed today's video, click the like button. Leave a comment below. That's free to do. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, why not? Go ahead, subscribe to my channel over here. Click the notification bell if you want to be alerted when I post fresh content. And thank you to my executive producers, Kathy Kitchler and Halter Ferguson Financial, who joined my YouTube channel at the highest support tier. And I'll see you in the next one.